Continuing the off-season check-in series with now former Crusader Will Zapernick. But what a Crusaders career it ended up being for you, Zaps. How's it going, my friend? How's this last stretch been treating you?
Yeah, really good. I mean, obviously not, I think every single guy that's been on here said it, not the way definitely wanted the Crusaders career to end. But yeah, the last stretch it's been great. This off season, obviously not a lot to do with kind of the whole COVID situation. So, I mean, it's just kind of made training and, hockey things in that sense, that much more important and that much easier to do, not much else to do. So for me, it's kind of just been, a really good summer in that sense. Lots of working out, lots of training in the garage, and yeah, and then obviously just spending time with family, a lot more of that, which has been awesome. I mean, it's nice to be home a lot and spend time, especially leaving here in the next couple months, and probably not seeing them a lot after that. So it's been really good. I mean, there's definitely been positives to come out of this. Obviously it's not a good situation for anybody, but just trying to make the best out of it, just like everyone.
So, of course, talking about the pandemic, which we've sort of beaten to death on these interviews. So I don't want to get too much into, having the Cinderella season ripped away from you guys.
Yeah.
But you were committed to the University of Alabama Huntsville Chargers. Let's talk about this roller coaster ride, because you had been committed there. I think it was the end of last year. Is that correct? That you had committed there?
Start of last year.
Start of the most recent year.
For almost 2 years.
There you go. So the program, it hits turbulence. It ultimately goes to cancel the hockey program. They get saved by a crowdsourcing thing. But at that point, you had then committed to the University of Vermont, which, might be a bit more of an established program in its own right anyways. So can you sort of walk me through the process of how this all unfolded for you and how you handled it all?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, it was, obviously I was super excited to go to Huntsville for 2 years, kind of stuck by it. And yeah, we had our team, every week we were getting together as a team and discussing, what was happening next season, what we all needed to do, everything like that. Everything seemed normal. So one of the Zoom calls was coming up on Wednesday. We did them every Wednesday. And, Coach shot us an email, said nothing new to report. All good here. We'll reconnect next Wednesday. So obviously, you don't think anything of it. And then Friday morning, we all got an email saying, emergency Zoom call, everyone hop on 2:00 or something like that. And, at that point I definitely knew. I texted friends and Whitey, just like, what do you guys think this is? But I definitely knew it wasn't good. At that time, I was definitely hoping it was just, something to do with the NCAA. I mean, that's nothing you can really do on that sense from a team perspective. But so, obviously we all kind of get onto the chat, and coach definitely, or, the head coach talks and just lets everyone know what they ended up deciding. Definitely, he knew nothing about it until that morning. So he was blindsided by it. It was just a pretty crazy, roller coaster of emotions at that point. You're hearing him talk, and, he's, just saying he's sorry about the way it happened, and it was definitely not the greatest time. But, in the end, you just got to collect yourself after that whole situation's done. And, I know, especially from the hockey program, they did everything they could. They knew they had no clue, it was kind of coming. And in the end, it was the athletic director that, felt that it was time to pull the plug on the program with, COVID and just money situation. And then, that led to them telling the coaches, that morning or something like that. And, they instantly related to us. They wanted to give us the most amount of time to find a new team. But then, so then obviously the whole fundraising starts, and you're kind of just confused where you're at. Like what am I now with them again? Am I not with them? Is the team back? Is the team not back? Just a lot of kind of, ups and downs. But, in the end, through that whole process, the coaching staff, once it all happened, I can't say enough about, them helping me find a place to play. That was, they did everything they could. And, even after the team came back, I talked to the coaches, and they didn't even, they realized, I was going somewhere else, and they just wanted to do everything they could to help me with that. So yeah, that's kind of how it went on my side. I mean, definitely was a crazy week. My phone was blowing up, and had, lots of calls with teams all day, and it was stressful. It was very cool to see, but it was, I definitely, the recruiting process is it's tough, and it's it's definitely you change your mind 100 times before you come to a decision. And I'm more so happy to be now committed to Vermont, and the way the whole situation played out. I can't say enough about the program, the new coach Todd Woodcroft, and so that's about how kind of the whole couple weeks went for me.
So ultimately, you do decide to become a Vermont Catamount, but they're not necessarily one of those schools that pulls a ton of Canadian players down there. They have some, but it's quite an American presence. So is this something that you've decided on, sight unseen? Have you been to this campus? Have you had the opportunity, or is this something where you're really buying into sort of what they're selling to you as a potential candidate via Skype? Because really, there's no other way to do it right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I knew, at the start of the whole process of trying to pick a new school that, I wasn't going to get to see it. So it was going to be just based on me trusting the guy I was talking to, and, a little bit of research done on the side. And I knew that's really all I could do to make a decision. And yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, right from the start, the day this whole Huntsville thing happened, I got a phone call from, their brand new head coach. His name's Todd Woodcroft. And, that was just super reassuring that head coach is calling me. I mean, that's a first thing there that, like they're interested when, you're talking to the head coach, not just their assistants. And from there, I mean, he really, I mean, I knew right after I had finished talking to him that this is a guy I wanted to be coached with. If I could have picked right off the bat, every team offers you the same deal, it would have been Vermont. And, I just really like the coach. From the research I did on the campus, it looks beautiful. The school's really good. And then again, just the program, the way they're building it. I mean, I really believe in, what he was, I mean, you want to say selling, but just what he's going to be doing with that program. I mean, he's coming down from lots of experience in the NHL, coaching world championship teams. And, he's been a player development guy in Winnipeg for the last few years. And I really like, what he had to say, what his plans are with the program. And, I just really felt like I fit in there. And, he did everything he could to find money for me. And I think that meant a lot. I definitely felt like they wanted me. And in the end, that's really all you can ask for from a coach, from a program, is just, to feel like you're walking into a spot where you're wanted. And, especially with the whole situation, I really was thankful for the way, he handled it. And, all the other teams as well reaching out. I mean, it was a weird time, but, I just really believe in, in him and the program and, the guys and, where they're going. And I really think Vermont's a beautiful place. And, obviously the colors too. My dad was a Golden Bear. I think that's pretty cool. And, just all those things. I think, once they made their offer, I really didn't need to hear anything else. I knew my heart was set on Vermont, kind of right from the beginning.
And, it's great that you have such great things to say about the school. I have no doubt in my mind that the school's got equally great things to say about what they're getting in the player of you. And we look at your progression of really rounding into the Will Zapernick that we know, 34 points in year one, 62 in year two, and then up to 88 in year three in the AJHL. I mean, this is monumental growth over 3 seasons. What do you say that you're bringing to this hockey program when you suit up in NCAA Div 1? What kind of player have you become?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously Sherwood Park's been a huge part of my identity. It's going to be, a huge part of me growing up as a player and, moving forward. The player they're getting, I really believe I think everyone will say, my staples, heart and soul. I like to think I can do, anything from, play on your fourth line and muck and grind in the corners. But I think there's that kind of, untapped skill side to my game that, it's slowly been, coming out the more opportunity I get. I really think, Vermont is in me is getting a guy that just, I think I use my, I think the game really well. I think that's a big part of my game. I kind of understand, where to go, where to put pucks, passing. I obviously I love to pass, but yeah, I mean, it's just, I've kind of, he asked me the same question. I just, I told him, I'm going to work my ass off every single day. Sorry, I don't know if I can say that on a Zoom, but I'm going to be working, and that's kind of my staples. But in the end, you're going to see, a skilled side of it the skilled side of me. And then, I think the game, I like to try to, I can complement a guy. I can be a shooter. I can move up and down your lineup. I can play on your penalty kill. I can play on your power play. I'm going to be, a good guy in the room. And it's just, I really just want to try to keep rounding my game and, become stronger, become faster, make more plays with the puck. And, I really think the opportunity I got in Sherwood Park really helped me, find that in myself and especially at the next level and just, give me a belief that, I can almost do it, that I can do it. And, it's obviously it helps when you're playing with guys like, Sav, Arj, Whitey, pretty much the entire season. That's obviously huge in the numbers side of it. But I really just the opportunity to have the puck on my stick in big moments in Sherwood Park was something that I think grew me into the player I am now. And, I'll definitely take that with me and when I go to Vermont.
Are you excited not at an opportunity to grow, off the ice in some senses? You're the Edmonton kid. You played Southside Athletic Club and then had a cup of coffee, I think 2 games in Drayton Valley, right? And then a stalwart just down the road in Sherwood Park. So this will be your first foray, if I'm not mistaken, into, a long-term living situation away from home, which guys handle differently. But I think moreover, I have seen a lot of just maturity, right? You can tell when a guy's gone through an NCAA program, not only in his game on the ice, but in, so to speak, his game off the ice as well. So this is sort of a new opportunity for you in that realm. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, no, I think, I'd be lying to say, you're lying to you if I was saying, I'm not a little nervous about it. I mean, I know, I really good relationship with my parents and it's going to be tough leaving them for a while, but I'd also be lying to you to say if I wasn't ready. This is something I've dreamed about doing for my entire life. I know I need to grow up a little bit in that sense. Like I know I need to start handling things on my own, and this is just going to force me to do it. It's going to force me to learn time management. It's going to force me to just figure out how to be more of an adult. I mean, it's almost, you play in a place like Sherwood Park, you live at home. It's almost you play junior, and a lot of guys are off grinding with billets and stuff, and you're at home with your parents. It's almost a little bit of a fantasy. Like I would almost say like that. Not a lot of people get to go are in the situation I am in, and was extremely grateful for it. But with NCAA and just moving away, like I just think it's going to help me grow as just that person. I mean, I think that's something hockey has done for me a lot. It's just taught me a lot about life, and I think it's going into the next chapter, moving away and being with a program like Vermont, it's gonna do the exact same thing for me. It's just gonna teach me to be more of a grown up, and that's something I am looking forward to. I really am excited to get to Vermont and to just experience all it has to offer, and then again to grow. But I definitely will be keeping close contact with my parents and coming home as much as I can, because I know I'm going to be homesick. I think it's, I've definitely come to realize it's going to happen. And, I know there's going to be enough, the guys are great there that, we're all going to kind of, especially the freshmen, come together. And I think we're all going to be in the same situation. So, 100%. I'm excited. I'm ready. And, I'm excited for this next step in my life.
Yeah, I'm excited for you, and I think most of the Crusaders fan base will be as well. It's going to be different for you not going to, because of course at Huntsville you would have had Franchek and you would have had White there with you, and now that's not the case anymore. So, but I want to get a thought from you just to wrap this up, Will, on the quality of the group. I mean, you were a glue guy for that room for the last couple of years. You guys had so much success, and I really believe that you would have given the national championship a run for its money this year, and I think that you guys know that in your hearts as well. Just in your words, what was that dressing room like over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think words can kind of put into perspective the way, how close we were. Like it was insane, just how fun it was to come to the rink every single day. I mean, I know, of course, when you're winning, it's more fun, but, that had nothing to do with it. There was not one click on our team. Everyone hung out with everybody. I just really think, I definitely think, especially everybody, it was amazing. Like just getting on the bench and everyone supporting each other, from Adam and Jeff and Kyle down to any single guy you can talk about. Like you get off the ice and everyone's patting you on the shoulders and making sure you're all good. And I really think a lot of credits given to Arj for that as well, being the captain. He definitely demanded a lot from everybody, but that just made us so much closer and so much stronger. And, especially Adam and Jeff as well. I mean, so many, times we were hanging out as teams, like we were always together. And, even in Sherwood Park, which is a kind of a tough place for everyone to hang out. Everyone's going home to St. Albert, all over the place. We still made tons of time to hang out. When we got together for, parties together and stuff like that, like it was so much fun. And that's something I'm definitely going to miss. I mean, I'm going to, I wish we could have had that opportunity for the town to come together and rally around us in playoffs and hopefully onto the RBC. But in the end, it's the relationships I've made that are going to kind of be the biggest thing I remember in Sherwood Park. And it's friendships that'll, last forever. Obviously it's big too to come back and see there is still going to be a banner of our team, and it'll still be a memory that I can come back and see just to remember the guys and the time I had here. I mean, I just can't say enough about the group of guys in this room for my last 2 years. It was an absolute pleasure, and I definitely will still be keeping in contact with all of them.
It's amazing how quickly you turn from the rising star to the grizzled vet in just a couple of seasons. So I'll ask you one thing to round this out, Will, and that is for the new crop of Crusaders coming in, it is going to be a bit of a changing of the guard. So much firepower in the graduating class this year. For those who are coming in to sort of fill in the next cycle of Crusaders hockey, what is your message to them about what it means to be a Crusader?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is every time you throw on that jersey, just don't take it for granted. I mean, it's a hell of a jersey to wear. It's an honor to wear the C. And, I think just to realize, just to work, like every day, especially with, while Adam and Jeff are still there, just like the way they value guys at work and just good character kids, and it is huge. And yeah, and also on top of that is to always think about the team, never put your teammates in awkward spots or never put yourself above the team. I think that's something we kind of created in our locker room, is we were so tight and so like everyone was for each other and everyone was working towards one goal. And I think that's a big thing. Like teams, especially if you're trying to move on to the NCAA level, which I know a lot of the kids coming into this program now especially are going to be wanting to do. They want kids that, the good kids, good character kids, and kids that, know how to win. So the only way you do that is by respecting that C and just being good kids in the dressing room, and then working your balls off every day. And I think that's going to be the new brand of Crusader hockey, and every kid that comes in to just feel honored to wear it, and don't take it for granted, because I can tell you 3 years it flies by, and it'll be it's the best 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 2 years of your life in Sherwood Park, and they just treat you so well. And I can't say enough about the organization, but that'd be the biggest thing I have for everyone coming in, is just to realize how quickly it goes, and just to relish every moment you're in that dressing room and in that town, and just a part of the organization.
Well, I certainly hope they heed that advice, Will, because you were a leader both on and off the ice. I am thrilled to be able to follow your career from here on out. Congratulations on the new commitment, and I wish you all the best moving forward, man.
Thanks a lot, Brendan. I appreciate it.